Hello everyone. So in this video again we have come up with a series of questions which are similar pertaining to the one we see in various recruitment drives, be it your off-campus recruitment drive or off-campus recruitment drive for various tech-based companies or core-based companies. So multiple companies like Google, Microsoft, Amazon or any other software-based companies or any service-based provider or even core companies, they take up the aptitude section in their recruitment process. So the question that we'll be discussing in this particular video as well, so they are part of the previous year's questionnaires that have come across in the recruitment process, the aptitude section of this particular recruitment drive. So all this question that we'll be discussing have in one form or other have been seen across multiple companies aptitude tests. So the core idea behind solving this question is to give you an idea behind the pattern of the question and to help you develop an approach toward tackling these questions as well. So let's take a look at the first question in this video. Square tin sheet of side 12 centimeters is converted into a box with open top in the following step. Okay. The sheet is placed horizontally, then equal size squares with each side equal to x centimeter are cut. Okay, the x side equal x centimeter cut from the four corners. Finally, the four resulting sides are bent vertically upwards in the shape of a box. If x is an integer, then what is the maximum value of x that maximizes the volume of the box? Okay, so let's first try and understand the diagram itself. Say this is my rectangle. Okay. Oh, so this is my square. So just give me a second. See, this is my square box. Okay. Now what happens is that we have actually cut a square box with the sheet is close to an equal size square has been cut from each of the four corners. Okay. So equal size square is in, suppose this square is cut, this square is cut, this square is cut, and again here this square is cut. So all these squares are equal size and size of each square is x centimeter. X by x, 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 x. Okay. This entire length is 12. This entire length is 12 and this particular length from here to here is 12 minus twice x. So let me just mark this here to here. This is 12 minus twice x. So this is folded to form a box with open top. Okay, so now we see that volume of box will simply be length into breadth into height. Okay, so if we try to calculate the same, we have length is 12 minus twice x, breadth here being breadth is again 12 minus twice x because it's a square, so this these lengths will also be 12 minus twice x and these length will also be 12 minus twice x. Okay, and height being since height it has been increased to this part, so height will be x. Height will be x. Okay, so this is the entire area behind the same. So this can be further written as 12 minus twice x whole square into x. Now, having said x is an integer. Okay, so yeah, here x is an integer, so let us take different values of x in general. So what we have is let's say x equal to 0. Okay, so the entire volume will also be 0, so not valid. X equal to 1, it will be 10 square into 100. Okay, x equal to 2, we have 10 We have 2 to 6, say 36. Okay, x equal to 6. 12 minus 8 is 6 squared. 6 squared is 36. 36 into 2, it's 7. Okay, my bad. It will be x equal to 2, so 8 squared 64. 64 into 128. X equal to 3. If we have 6, 6 squared 72. 36 into 2, x square 4. So if we have x equal to 4, 4 2s are 8. 8 minus 12 is 3. 3 square 9. So 9 4s are 36. Okay, the value keeps on increasing. Let's take a look at x equal to 5. Equal to 5. If we calculate, so for x equal to 5, we have 10, 2 square 4. 4 into 5, 20. X5 is it will be 20. X6 will be 0. X7 2 square 4 14. Yeah, so basically the highest value that we have seen so far, the value would keep on ranging from this, is nothing but x equal to 2. Okay, x equal to 2. So the highest value of x will be x equal to 2, for which the volume is maximum. So volume maximum being 128 centimeter cube. So I hope this is clear. So we basically have to check out using multiple values to get an answer. So let's move to the next question. So the next question is again pertaining to mensuration again. So let's take a look. A spherical ball of lead 3 cm in diameter is melted and recast into 3 spherical balls. The diameter of two of these balls is 1.5 and 2 cm. Find the diameter of the third ball. Here, since a bigger sphere has been molded into three smaller spheres, so the volume of the 3 smaller spheres will be equal to the volume of the bigger square. Okay, so with that said, let's take a look at how we can solve this particular question. So initially what we can write is 4 volume of sphere is given by 4 by 3 pi r cube. So let it be the spherical ball equal to 4 by 3 pi r1 cube plus 4 by 3 pi r2 cube plus 4 by 3 pi r3 cube. Okay, so let me cancel out the constant part. So r1 cube, let's be 1.5 cube for 3. R2 is radius is 1.5, so is 0.75 cube plus another radius is 2, so 1 cube plus r3 cube, and I'm supposed to find r3 cube. Okay, so if we solve this, we get 1.5 is 2.25 minus 0.75 cube minus 1 equal to r3 cube. Okay, so if we further solve the same, what we have is so r3 cube equal to 125 by 64, which can be written by 5 by 4 cube 4, 5 by 4, which is nothing but 1.25. So therefore diameter, the third cube, okay, sorry, my bad, let me just write this way. So r equal to cube root 125 by 64 can be written as 5 by 4. R is 1.25 centimeter. So diameter will be 2.5 centimeter. So I hope this is clear. basically we equated the volume. So let's take a look at the third question. So here's the third question. So a cylinder is filled to 4/5 of its volume, okay, and it is then tilted so that the level of water coincides with the one edge of with one of the edge of its bottom, okay, and the top edge of the opposite side. Okay, bottom and top edge, it basically coincides. In the process, 30 centimeter cube of water, 30 cc of water is spilled. Find the volume of the cylinder. Okay, so let me just give you an idea. Suppose this is the cylinder. Okay, this is the cylinder that we are talking about. So the cylinder is filled to 4/5 of its volume. Suppose it is supposed to be filled here. So suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, and this part is 5. So it is filled up to this part. Okay, it's filled up to 4/5 of its volume. So now it is tilted so that the water coincides with one of the edge of its bottom, okay, and top edge of the opposite end. So it is tilted in this way, yeah. So the cylinder is tilted so that the water is basically in this form, okay. It is tilted again, so water is in this form. So in this process, how much? 30 cc of water is spilled. Okay, so now one thing we need to understand is that when tilted, the water level will form the one of the diagonals of the tank and the volume of the water in the other half of the cylinder. So basically it will form a diagonal in its own whenever it's tilted. So, so with that said, yeah, from this diagram itself it's pretty clear that whenever it's tilted, the volume of water which is left, say this part, will be half the volume of water which is left in the cylinder. Half the volume of water in the cylinder. Okay. And now suppose the volume, I take a certain volume for that matter, and 30 ml is also 30 ml or 30 cc is also spilled. So we can say that the 4/5 of the volume will be equal to half the water which is remaining plus the 30 ml. So let's say let the volume of cylinder equal to V. Okay. So therefore initially there was 4/5 of volume. Now after tilting, half the volume of the cylinder of water remains, as we can see from the diagram itself, plus this 4/5, and also this 4/5 of volume will also include half the volume of water plus the 30 ml or the 30 cc that has been spilled. So if I solve this, 4/5b minus b equal to 30, 10, so 8 minus 5v equal to 30, 3v, so v volume will simply be 100 cc. I hope this is clear. So it was a very simple question. Basically the main ideas behind that, to identify that the tilted water will form a diagonal. So with that said, we've come to the end of the video. So kindly go through all the three questions that we have discussed. They were of the mensuration type, so kindly go through the same so that you can get a better idea on how to tackle this kind of questions in general. So go through these questions as many times as you feel comfortable enough so that you can attempt on your own. And also what I would suggest is try to solve this question on your own with the video, with this video as a reference, so that you can get a better idea of the concept behind the solution also. So with that said, we've come to the end of our video, and hopefully everything is clear to you. So I'm signing off. Thank you so much.